Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. So today we're going to be digging into SoundHound AI.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of you have been asking about this one. Is it a good buy? Is it getting safer?
Yeah.
Especially after, they got that big Nvidia investment,
Yeah, that really put them on the map.
Definitely put them on the map. So we're looking at this article from the Motley Fool to help us break this down.
Yeah, sounds good.
Is the hype justified? What are the risks and rewards?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's dive in.
SoundHound AI, they've been making headlines for sure. I mean, that Nvidia backing was huge.
Big time.
A real vote of confidence. But like with any investment, we got to look under the hood.
Right.
See what's really going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this Motley Fool article highlights some pretty impressive numbers right away.
Okay.
89% year-over-year revenue growth.
Wow.
Hitting $25.1 million.
That's,
sounds amazing.
It does sound pretty good.
Almost too good to be true.
Yeah, maybe a little. So if we dig a bit deeper, you see a lot of that growth is from acquisitions. SoundHound bought Amelia and SYNQ3.
I see.
Both AI companies, and they came with their own clients.
So it wasn't all just, them growing on their own?
Exactly. It's not purely organic growth.
So it's kind of like they went on this shopping spree.
Nah. Yeah.
And now their sales are looking all pumped up.
Right.
But does that actually make them a better investment? Or is that a red flag?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, acquisitions can be smart if a company integrates them well, uses their strengths.
Yeah.
But it also makes things more complex.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean the company can grow on its own.
Right. It's almost like if you're judging a basketball team,
Okay.
based on their score after they just traded for a star player.
I see what you mean.
They're going to score more points.
Right.
But can the rest of the team keep up?
Exactly. That's a great analogy.
Is it sustainable?
Yeah. And speaking of teams, let's look at SoundHound's customer diversification.
Okay.
A year ago, their biggest customer was 72% of their revenue.
Wow.
Now it's only 12%.
That's a massive shift.
Huge.
So it sounds like they're not putting all their eggs in one basket anymore?
Definitely not.
But is this good news, or is it just because of those acquisitions?
It's probably a bit of both.
Yep.
The acquisitions brought in more clients, but it also shows that SoundHound's technology, it's adaptable. It can work in lots of different industries.
Interesting.
That's something investors should watch because it means they could reach a bigger market.
So they're not just the car AI company anymore.
Right.
They're in finance, restaurants, healthcare, even insurance.
Exactly.
That does sound promising.
Yeah, it does. But hold on. We got to talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah.
The article says their operating losses more than doubled. Even with all that revenue growth.
Yeah, $33.8 million in losses.
Yikes.
That's
where things get interesting. This fast increase in expenses is likely because of integrating those acquisitions.
Okay.
But it does make you wonder about their path to profitability.
Right. Are they spending wisely, or is this just getting out of control?
Yeah, big question.
So we're seeing awesome growth at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But behind the scenes, maybe some warning signs.
Yeah, potentially.
So what does this all mean for someone who's thinking about investing in SoundHound?
Well, this is where the deep dive really helps.
Okay.
If you're considering SoundHound, you have to balance the good stuff with these real risks.
Right.
Can they get their expenses under control and actually make money?
So are they just spending tons of money to grow super fast and hoping it works out later?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
That sounds kind of risky.
It can be,
Yeah.
especially with their cash burn rate.
Yeah, the article says they have $136.4 million in cash.
Okay.
But they burned through $75.8 million in just the last 9 months.
Yeah, that's a burn rate investors should definitely be watching.
Yeah.
It means they'll probably need to raise more money soon.
Okay. Most likely through share offerings.
Right.
Which could dilute the value of existing shares and push the stock price down.
So even if they are on the right track, their investment could get squeezed if they need more cash.
Exactly. That's something you really got to factor in when you're deciding whether to buy SoundHound.
So we've got this mix of growth and diversification, but also big losses. And they're burning through cash.
Yeah.
So what's the takeaway here?
It's still early to say.
Okay.
There's potential, but there are definitely some red flags.
Right.
We need to analyze their path to profitability and see if they can handle these financial hurdles.
Okay, so let's keep digging into that. What should we be looking at to figure out if they can actually become profitable?
Right.
What are the key things that could tell us if SoundHound is becoming a safer bet?
Okay.
Or if it's still a risky gamble?
to answer that, we need to look deeper into their financials.
Yeah.
We got to see how their core technology, this voice AI, is actually doing.
Is it really valuable? Are customers really interested in it? Or is it all just hype?
Right. So is it the real deal?
Yeah.
Or is it just smoke and mirrors?
That's the core of the question, isn't it?
So let's talk about this voice AI technology.
Right.
Is it the real deal?
That's the big question, right?
Or is it all just, smoke and mirrors?
The Motley full article talks about some of their partnerships and some real-world uses, but we got to go deeper.
Right.
Like, what are the actual use cases? How is this tech being used in different industries?
Right. It's one thing to say you have amazing AI.
Yeah.
But it's another to show how it's actually making a difference.
Exactly.
So what's the evidence here? Is their tech really innovative?
Well, one thing that makes SoundHound stand out is they're focused on conversational AI.
Okay.
It's not just about, responding to simple commands. They're building systems that can understand complex conversations.
Oh, wow.
Like real dialogue and context.
So it's more like talking to a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just like barking orders at Alexa.
Right.
Interesting.
And this opens up a lot of possibilities.
Like what?
Imagine a customer service bot that actually gets your frustration and helps you solve your problem.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or a voice interface in your car that can anticipate your needs.
Okay, so it's way more advanced than just telling Siri to play music.
Exactly. A lot more sophisticated.
But are companies actually using this technology?
Well, that's where the diversification we talked about comes in.
Okay.
SoundHound is working with companies in finance, restaurants, healthcare. They're not just relying on the car industry anymore.
So are they actually succeeding in these new markets?
Yeah, or are they spreading themselves too thin?
Right.
That's something to look at closely. The article mentions some big partnerships,
right.
But we need to see if those actually turn into revenue and loyal customers.
Because, having a cool tech demo is one thing.
Right.
But businesses need to see a return on their investment.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to profitability.
All right.
Can SoundHound convince companies that their voice AI isn't just a gimmick, but a tool that can improve their efficiency, make customers happier, and ultimately boost their profits?
So if you were looking at SoundHound as an investment, what would make you confident that their tech is actually delivering value?
I'd want to see real-world examples of how it's working.
Okay.
Like case studies that show it's solving real problems.
Yeah.
And getting real results.
Not just like promises and hype.
Exactly. Give me the data.
Right.
Show me the testimonials.
And how does their tech stack up against the competition?
Good point. The AI space is super competitive.
Yeah.
SoundHound needs to prove they have an edge.
Right. Because even if their tech is great today, who knows what's coming next?
Yeah, someone else could come along with something even better.
Exactly.
That's just how innovation works. We need to see if SoundHound has a real advantage, whether it's patents, special algorithms, or a unique approach that's hard to copy.
In a team that can keep innovating.
Definitely. But even with a great product, we can't ignore the money.
Right. Let's get back to those losses and the cash burns.
Absolutely. We got to stay focused on the financials.
So for you, the listener, it's about looking at SoundHound.
Yeah.
Not just as this cool AI company.
Right.
But as a potential investment. Do their financials support all the excitement around their tech?
That's what this deep dive is all about.
Exactly.
Helping you decide if SoundHound is a company worth investing in.
So we've looked at their revenue growth, but also the risks of acquisitions and that high cash burn rate.
Right.
We've talked about their cool voice AI.
Yeah.
But also the need to see proof that it's actually valuable for their clients.
Absolutely.
So what are the key takeaways here?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that investing in a company like SoundHound, it's risky, there's big potential, but also a lot of uncertainty.
It's not a guaranteed win.
Right. You could lose money.
Especially with their financials right now.
Yeah, that's a real possibility.
But high risk can also mean high reward.
That's true.
So the question is, do you believe in SoundHound's vision?
Yeah.
Do you think they can overcome these challenges and become a profitable leader in voice AI?
That's the key question.
So even if the numbers are a little scary right now, do you see enough potential in their tech and their strategy to make it worth taking a closer look?
That's a decision each investor has to make for themselves.
It sounds like you're saying there's no easy answer.
Yeah, it's not a simple buy or sell.
Right.
It's about weighing those risks and the potential rewards.
Yeah.
And seeing if it fits with your own investment strategy.
Exactly. Investing is never one size fits all.
Right.
What might be a great opportunity for one person
could
be a total disaster for someone else.
Absolutely. You got to know your own risk tolerance, your investment goals.
Yeah.
And do your research.
And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Okay.
We're not giving financial advice.
Right.
We're giving you the information and the insights.
Yeah.
So you can make your own smart decisions.
That's the goal.
We've explored the financials, the technology, the competition. Now it's up to you to connect the dots.
Right.
And decide if SoundHound AI belongs in your portfolio.
Exactly.
So for our listener who's been with us on this journey, what's the one key question they should be asking themselves as they research SoundHound AI?
I think the most important question is, can SoundHound show a clear path to profitability?
Okay.
Not just revenue growth.
Right.
Can they prove that their voice AI is more than just cool tech? That it's a solution businesses will pay for something that will lead to sustainable earnings?
So look beyond the hype.
Right.
Look beyond the headlines.
Exactly.
And really dig into their financials, their technology, their strategy. This has been a great deep dive into SoundHound AI.
It has.
We've seen some exciting potential.
Yeah.
But also some real challenges.
For sure.
Hopefully this has given you, the listener, a better understanding of this company.
Right, because it's complex.
It is.
And it's changing fast.
As you continue your research, remember. Stay curious. Keep asking those tough questions.
Definitely.
And make the investment decisions that are right for you.
That's the most important thing.
And if you want to dive deeper into other interesting companies or investment trends, you know where to find us.
We'll be here.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.